Ways in which a narcissist can destroy our confidence, and some ways that we can begin to reclaim our confidence. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw, and this channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might have been dealing with in your life, how to handle those people if you cannot go no contact, and different ways to try to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information on the channel helpful, please do subscribe. So confidence, which is a feeling of a belief in something or someone, a belief that you can trust within the reliability or credibility of yourself and those around you, having a faith which is a complete trust in someone or something. Sometimes we can enter a narcissistic relationship full of confidence within not only them but also ourselves. If you were raised within a family dynamic with a narcissist, you might have little confidence within yourself. However, you might believe in those around you because you've learned over time to please others in order to be treated right. And when someone treats you wrong, that you need to change to help, please, and be understanding of them. Being around narcissistic people isn't only mentally and physically draining, it is soul destroying, as it takes away who you are little by little. Part of reclaiming who you are and who you want to be is rebuilding your self-esteem, which is your own evaluation of your own self-worth. By working on your inner confidence, understanding how this might have been taken from you, so it doesn't happen in the future, and finding the method which works for you in order to rebuild your confidence. So, narcissists go through many manipulation tactics, slowly destroying our self-esteem, our self-respect, our dignity, and our confidence. It's up to us to take that power away from them and take back control of our lives, taking back our ability to control our own self-worth, self-respect, confidence, and dignity. How do they destroy these in us? Narcissists are the masters of cruel and sometimes calculating manipulation. Mostly they take this without us seeing because it is done through words, emotional abuse that's hard to spot. Yes, it is done from their actions as well, but they keep it hidden with the gaslighting words that they use against us. So it becomes difficult to see what's actually happening to us at that time. When we've no idea what we're looking for through their words, it's not always what they say. Sometimes it's the way in which they say it that makes it hard to see it while you're living it. Especially if you had narcissistic parents. Even if you didn't have narcissistic parents, friends, teachers, bosses, co-workers can have a massive impact on who you are as a person. When you don't understand, it's hard to know what's happening to you. Through the narcissist gaslighting, we end up doubting our own reality, ourselves, our minds, the people around us, and our minds, our thought process can start to work against us. With their added blame shifting and projection, which is when the narcissist places their feelings, their intentions, their actions into those around them through the blame shifting and the gaslighting, we can start to fawn to their behaviour, believing that we are the ones at fault and not their behaviour. When they say things like, "You misunderstood me," we understand that sometimes people misunderstand us, so we might have misunderstood them. But it's never a two-way conversation with them. They don't say it like we would to have that two-way conversation and come to a mutual understanding of each other. A narcissist is saying it because they want us to take on their reality. Or when they say things like "that never happened," even though we knew it did happen, because we have a belief and a confidence in them, we can end up questioning ourselves as to whether something did happen. And we can make excuses like, well, I'm getting older. And again, question ourselves as to whether it happened or not. And not the person we stop questioning the person that's actually trying to change our reality on us. Those "you're too sensitive," these are to make us doubt our feelings and not their behaviour. So we lose our confidence within our own feelings and our own judgment while going to the very person who's manipulatively sinking us for those reality checks, as they make us think that we're overreacting by saying, "Can you not take a joke?" or by saying you're overreacting, leaving us with more self-doubt and more personal issues to overcome. If you're dealing with these people or have the misfortune to come across more, knowing your truth can help. Yes, you can misunderstand people. If they then go on to explain and be genuine about what they meant and don't use it against you, we can misunderstand people. When we approach someone and they make us feel worse for having feelings, we have to know they meant to hurt us in the first place. Now, they're hurting us more by, instead of admitting they hurt us, blaming us for our hurts. If you know something happened, it happened. Don't let the words infect your mind of someone that's trying to take your reality away from you. When you become more aware and understand what you're dealing with, you can find it easier to spot what they are saying, how they are saying it, no longer react to them, or even better, just walk away from them. When you try to rationalize with irrational people, as you trust they'll see how their behavior might have hurt you, you trust that they have the empathy to care, you have the confidence in the belief that they respect you and would want to make things right, hence you go and talk to them and then end up getting the word salad where it's just completely twisted onto completely different topics, completely different things, blamed on you. Then if you react from an emotional level, we often get things like, "You're so dramatic," or "I hate drama." This again is to plant the suggestion within our mind that our reactions to their behaviour is at fault, that we are to blame for all conflict within the relationship, distracting us from their actions, which in turn makes us doubt our own abilities, making us feel like the fault lies within us, distracting us from what they are doing as a person so that we focus more on who we are as a person. If you are still dealing with people doing things like this to you, know, if it matters to you, it matters to you, and they cannot take that away from you. Look for the full story and who indeed created the drama. Stay in your reality. When they invalidate you with the covert, "Are you wearing that?" to the obvious overt, "You'd look better if you'd lost some weight or gained some weight," those regular negative comments and the countless others that they can drill into us, "Are you really going to wear that?" or "I wouldn't do that if I was you," all those negative self-doubting comments coming from someone that you believe cares about you and has your interests in heart, those comments instilled into us by others is hugely damaging within our minds. When we start absorbing these regular and repeated toxic negative digs at ourselves from other people, making us doubt who we are, how we look, our abilities to be who we want to be, we can become fearful, fearing judgment, fearing consequences of our actions, fearing not being enough. If you are still dealing with people like this, know that no one is entitled to belittle you. You are who you are. The problem is within them, not you. Genuine people who love and care for you would want to raise you up. Narcissistic people who are envious of you want to drag you down. Learn and know your truths. Don't let others' words play in your mind. Yes, it's extremely difficult, but writing it out that they are their words, not yours. With your own good intentions, you are allowed to do what you please. Those that tell you you cannot have issues within themselves. Those who want to bring you down, those who want to put you down, have issues within themselves. Those who aren't doing it with your best interest at heart have issues within themselves. So instead of letting them drag you down, show them that you can. Genuine people who care for you will have your back and will want to help you succeed. If they criticize you, it would be constructive criticism to help you, to raise you up, not to drag you down. Narcissistic people will create conflict between people. They will be the ones creating that conflict. They will be the puppet master behind the scenes creating the drama. Narcissists thrive off attention and drama, especially when they're not the centre of the attention of the drama, so people don't recognise it's them causing the drama. But when they're getting all the attention from the drama, when people are going to them for the advice, they will play others off against each other. They play people off against each other with words like, they talk about you behind your back. They said this about you. They don't really like you. To make you doubt who's actually your friend and what's wrong with you. They provoke to cause those arguments with you, usually so they can blame it all on you. Narcissists will happily spread gossip, rumours, and your innermost secrets, especially to people that you don't want to know about these secrets, and especially those secrets you don't want people to know about. And this can be a massive drain on your confidence. If you are still dealing with them, if they've said someone is talking about you, go and ask that person and see what their version of events are, because it's usually very different to what the narcissist is telling you. Narcissistic people lie, so they might not have even said anything about you. Those who want to talk about you, that's up to them. Those people don't deserve to be a part of your life anyway, and the narcissist did you a favour. When it comes to your innermost secrets, we all have secrets. Do not be ashamed of your secrets, and then people can't use them against you. When it comes to people gossiping, lying, spreading rumours, leave them to it, because those gossips and those rumours die down a lot quicker the less we defend ourselves. It's a natural human instinct to want to defend ourselves and right or wrong, but the more we play into it, the longer it lasts. The more we step away from the game, stay in our own lane, stay in our own reality, the sooner those rumours die down, because people find it boring to gossip about people that are showing no interest within the gossip, that are just getting on with their own lives. Narcissists will learn all your insecurities, vulnerabilities and weaknesses. Then they will use them all against you. Anything they can to hurt you, anything that hurt you in your past, they will dig this up and they will use this against you. Anything that's dear to you, anything that you care about, because these are the things that you will most passionately defend. Any secrets you ever told, they will pick these apart to pick you apart, to drag you down, to raise themselves up. They point them out as often as they can. They tell others about them. This leaves your vulnerabilities wide open, and it is soul crushing that someone you loved so much is happy to use everything that hurts you against you to cause you even more pain. If you're still dealing with these people, understand that Everyone has vulnerabilities and you are not alone. Again, good people raise each other up. They don't use these things to bring people down. Who they are, from the narcissist that showers you with the attention, the idolization, the love bombing, the future faking, to the narcissist that tries to take you down, tries to hurt you any way they can. When you reach that breaking point, they can bring out the nice narcissist so that you doubt yourself. They can bring back that idolization stage, the love bombing phase, so that you doubt your own thoughts and feelings all the more. When things aren't going their way, the not so nice, envious narcissist comes back out to play, leaving you on edge, walking on eggshells, paying more attention to their happiness and less to your own, no longer knowing what truly makes you happy. Playing nice or playing nasty, that is who they are. They do not change. They have a personality disorder with the different sides to them. No matter how much they play nice, remember how much pain they cause you and walk away, as they do not have your best interests at heart. Their intentions are to make life work for them, and they usually do this by making life work against others. They are the masters of negativity. Living in a toxic, negative environment rubs off on us. Once in that cycle, our once happy, carefree state of mind is slowly driven out, and we are left full of negative emotions towards ourselves and often those around us, filled with self-doubts, leaving us questioning so much and lacking in confidence within our own abilities, no longer trusting those around us. Narcissists lie. They lie after lie after lie. At first you might think that something is off about those lies, and you might even question them, yet as they always have an explanation or a distraction, as they will twist it all around, when you ask them a question about a lie, it often leaves you doubting yourself, doubting reality, and doubting those around you. Narcissists downplay things, leaving you questioning and blaming yourself and shattering your trust within yourself and those around you. They will seek others to take their side. They will manipulate others by lying to others, by smearing your name. They flip the stories so that we can end up isolating ourselves from the world, as they've shattered our confidence within ourselves and the world around us. When you've been told for long enough that you are not good enough and you'll not find anybody better, your mind starts to believe it, and then we begin to act like it. We all deserve to be treated with respect and with dignity. The narcissist does not have the final word on your self-worth. You do. Other people in general don't. Others' judgment of you is not for you. Be who you want to be. Treat others with respect, even if they're not respectful for you, by walking away from those who don't respect you. You will feel better for doing so. Your dignity, self-worth, your confidence all starts within you, and that inner confidence of your own abilities, achieving your own dreams. Once you build yourself up from the inside, those negative people will no longer be able to take it away. Yes, it's difficult when we cannot see what people are doing, but once we can learn the behaviour of others and build the confidence within ourselves, other people will no longer be able to take it from us. Yes, they might be able to affect us in that moment when they're saying toxic things about us or to us, but shifting on to how we think quickly and being true to ourselves, learning how to be confident within ourselves will not only, it'll not solve everything for you in your life. Life gets hard sometimes, situations and problems hit sometimes, but it will give you the ability to handle these situations at your best. And when you are at your best, you can give your best to the right people, and you can walk alongside those who are willing to walk with you and leave those who are willing to talk behind your back and hurt you. Confidence is not about knowing everything. We are here to learn, develop and grow, and we make mistakes to learn, develop and grow. Everything in life is about development. It is about growth, and it's opening our mind up to have that growth mindset. So confidence is never about knowing everything. It's about being able to control ourselves, control our emotions, overcome obstacles and mistakes, learning along life's journey, having those bad days and those bad moments that do hit, and learning how to be at our best to cope with those, and understanding that brighter days do come. Being confident and trusting in who you are and your own abilities will help you in all areas of your life, from relationship to work to just day-to-day situations. What you wear, how you talk to yourself and others, and the friendships you make. When you always doubt yourself and those around you, questioning your own abilities, you focus on those doubts and don't move forward. It's not easy to build, however, you can do it and it's worth it. So some ways of how you can reclaim your confidence. It can start with how you hold yourself. When you're telling yourself things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm shy, we begin to believe that we're not good enough. When we're telling ourselves, I'm too shy, we don't speak out. When we tell ourselves, I can't, we then don't. When we tell ourselves, I'm not good enough, we then think that we are not capable. When we're feeling sad or negative, we can curl up, we can drop our shoulders, we can cry, we can slump, we can drop our head, and we lose our smile. And yes, sometimes in life we have to grieve things out. So we do have to sometimes go into that moment and let those emotions out. Bottling them up will not help us in the long term. So yes, we do have to let those emotions out. Then at other times we have to, when we are telling ourselves that we can't do something, instead of slumping down and feeling negative about ourselves and that letting those self-doubts creep in because we're telling ourselves we can't, we need to start telling ourselves we can, and purposefully holding our body right helps massively on the impact of our inner feelings. Look up power posing, and when alone, do those power poses in front of a mirror just for a minute or two in a morning. Give it a try. It might even make you giggle too. If you're telling yourself you feel silly when you're doing it, you might start to smile, you might just start to laugh, and notice how much better that laughter makes you feel within. And even doing that power pose has lifted your spirits, even if you feel daft in doing so, because it makes you giggle. Not everyone feels daft doing it, but some people do. But even if it makes you feel daft in doing it, it can lift your spirits. Even when you think you've got nothing to smile about, go and find something to smile about, something that makes you happy. Stand tall, raise your shoulders, put that smile on your face, notice how your energy shifts. When trying new things or handling difficult situations, try as hard as it is, but it's possible to do. Stop focusing on what could go wrong and start focusing on what will go right. Start focusing on the outcome that you would like in those situations. When you focus your mind to what you want, you're more likely to receive the outcome you want, because when you focus in your mind on the outcome of the situation, you're more likely to start looking for solutions rather than focusing on the problems. When we focus on the problems, this is what brings us down in life. When we focus on the solutions, this is what helps us out in life. So when we are in a narcissistic relationship, instead of focusing on the problem of how to communicate with them, we need to learn how to grow and develop and enjoy our life without them. When meeting new people, if you're thinking no one will like me, we walk in differently, we talk differently, we lower our head, we avoid eye contact at that party, at that event, we might head to the corner, we don't strike up those conversations, and it can be difficult to build that confidence up in the beginning. But if we go in with the thought process of, hey, I might meet some new great people, if we walk in tall with a smile on our face and say hello to those people we meet and get that smile back and get that first hello back, if we can find something within someone to pay them a genuine compliment, something that we have a belief in, not the flattery that narcissists do to gain attention. We can all flatter people by mistake. It's nothing, it's just what we do to try and raise other people up. But if we can find that genuine compliment that we have for another person, we can then strike up that conversation with great people, making the eye contact so that we can connect with other people. Finding positive, uplifting, inspiring people to surround ourselves with as it rubs off on who we are. Don't settle for those who are not worthy of you. Negative people bring us down. Finding a dynamic of someone who's uplifting and someone who's not negative, someone who looks for the bright side and someone who looks for the toxic side of life. The negative one always seems to win out. The negative one always seems to drag down the positive one. Whereas positive people is, although you can try to raise people's spirits up, that's something that person has got to want to do within themselves. So people who are willing to raise each other up work very well to each other. So find those people that want to raise you up. Find those people who have the respect that you have for others, that have the loyalty that you have for others. And if someone shows you they do not have the respect for you, listen to them the first time they show you. Potentially, yes, we can all give people a second chance. So what I mean by the first time they show you is when someone shows you their mistake, we can forgive that mistake. When they show you that same mistake, that is who they are as a person. They do not learn from their mistakes. When something knocks you off balance at the start of your day and you say to yourself, it's going to be one of those days, what usually happens, it usually becomes one of those days. One bad thing knocks us off balance after another. When we get up and everything's going great, most often we pick up that momentum and we keep going. When problems arise, do not let them knock you off balance and spend the rest of your day feeling negative. If you do, it's time to recognise the problem for what it was. Can you do something about it? Yes, then do it. No, then go focus on something that you can do something about. Yes, we can all have those moments when life just doesn't seem to work for us. It can bring us down. We have to find the coping mechanisms to raise ourselves back up, because when we put ourselves into others to help raise us up, that's when we hit that danger zone, because people can then potentially drag us down and make ourselves feel worse. So we have to put the ability within ourselves to raise us up. Losing negative thoughts by finding the things to be grateful for is hard when emotions like pain, anger, hurt, when those emotions hit, it's difficult, and yes, we do have to process them. But when we find things to make us feel happy, it's difficult to feel sad. When we find things that makes us feel joyful, it's difficult to feel hurt. Yes, some negative emotions, problems need dealing with. Life is hard at times. It gets rough at times. Dealing with these when they hit and consciously moving back to our more positive emotions. Look at and recognise how you talk to yourself. as a lot of the time we can talk to ourselves how other people have trained our subconscious to talk to ourselves. And when we start saying to ourselves, what's the point? We will not find the point and do it. When we are saying to ourselves, what if this happens? It can stop us trying. When we are saying to ourselves, I'm not good enough, we don't see our worth. When we say no one will love me, we don't find our love for ourselves, and we slowly begin to pull ourselves down. So we need to start saying things like, I must do it because, and we need to find that reason to make it a must. And we need to find the point. When we find the point, we look for the outcome and we begin to succeed. And the more we begin to succeed, the more we build that confidence within ourselves that we can do it. Start with something small to prove to yourself that you can. Tell yourself, I am enough, until your mind believes it. Look at the things you've done in the past and achieved. Saying things like, I'm learning to love me as you progress to I love me. Loving yourself and self-care is not to be arrogant. It's not to have that belief that you are above other people. It's having that respect for yourself. It's loving who you are as a person so that other people can't take you down as a person. Taking care of yourself as a person is so that you can give the best of yourself to other people. When you're feeling down, we all have those moments. It's all about breaking the pattern of your thinking and bringing yourself out of them. If you're feeling alone or misunderstood, connect with those who do understand you. Good online support groups are great for doing this, to start building your confidence up. Connecting with those who love you, even when you've been isolated from friends and family, reaching back out to those, especially those that tried to warn you because they had good intentions within trying to warn you, and they will most likely want to help you now. If you can find someone to dump those negative thoughts on, and I don't mean to pass it on to them, I mean to have that two-way conversation of, I'm feeling like this, and then to have those thoughts validated, it helps change your perspective on those thoughts. People who give you the acknowledgement that you are not alone in how you think or feel. Tips of what you can do. Even if that tip doesn't work for you, finding the one that does work for you. If you're feeling down and like you cannot do something, telling yourself you can. Look at when you've done something similar in the past so your mind knows it's possible, or look for someone else who has done it in the past. If they're human like you, if someone else can do something that you would like to do, if you put the work in behind it, you can do it too. Confidence is something we create within ourselves, and life gets hard at times. Even confident people aren't confident all the time. You have the power within you to recognize when your thinking is working against you and consciously shift those thoughts to make your thinking work for you. When something happens that makes you feel those negative emotions, know this is normal. We all have those moments, especially when narcissistic people come at you to bring you down, or life hits hard out of the blue when things were going great. Deal with those emotions there and then, and in that moment, then adjust your thoughts. Find the things within your life to be grateful for. Find the lessons. Sometimes it might be a few months later where you suddenly think, oh, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be doing this. Find the reasons to be blessed, not depressed. We're human. We make errors. Focus on the lesson, then focus on the outcome, and you'll find a way. Your mind will find a way. Don't be hard over mistakes. It's not there to beat yourself up. It's there to learn. Your past doesn't define your future. It's a learning curve. Retraining your mind, it takes time and it takes practice. And once you've achieved it, keep going. If you take a step back, go again. Think about the outcomes you want in life. Know why you want them, and you will always find a way. A quote by Thomas Edison, I've not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. using your own mind to work for you. Yes, it's hideous when narcissistic people are coming at you time and time again. But we have to get ourselves out of that situation, using your mind to work for you so that other people cannot define who you are, using your mind to help you through situations. People you've been around might have shaped you, but you have the power within to change into who you want to be, how you want to think, and how you want to feel about yourself. Keep working on you, keep growing, keep learning, keep going. I shall add the video in the description on limiting beliefs and the video on insecurities, because these things also help you create the life that you deserve for you when you're listening to your own thought process, so that you can alter that thought process to make life work for you. Today, whenever any negative thought crops up, write it down so that you can analyse what that thought is about. If somebody else planted that seed of that thought within your mind and somebody else has helped you grow that thought within your mind, so that you can recognise it's not actually your thought and you can start changing it. So when you are telling yourself things like, I can't, start asking yourself, why can't I? And then finding the reasons of why you can. Writing out and concentrating on how you talk to yourself, so you can pick up the ways that do not work for you to find the ways that do work for you. And if you're out and about today, just raise those smiles at people that you pass, because you never know who you'll meet. Once you have that confidence within yourself, once you understand the red flags, once you can spot gaslighting, narcissistic people may enter your life, but they will swiftly leave your life, because you will no longer give them your attention or your focus. You'll give your attention and focus to the right people and walk away from the wrong people. Thank you very much for listening. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye.